Hey everyone, Derpy here, back with another Battle Pirates video. In this one, I think I've got something really special here. This is the level 132 Chimera's Nest done for instant repair with a U0 War Pegasus fleet. I'm starting out same way I started out the last one, stacking everything up and driving forward. I'm going to be kiting these dagger-toothed ships. My build is a little bit different, and I'll show you that at the end, so make sure you keep watching. Going through this target, I have a slightly longer range on my ships because I'm using 3 Nessus and only 1 turn, which means that I'm able to kite these ships here. I'm also fast enough because I have Hyper 30 on my fleet that I'm able to keep moving and take no corrosive damage from them if I drive in a straight line. Now, after I kill that first group, I'm going to head over toward the right side, get the second group going towards me. I have to turn around as soon as I have them coming at me. Whenever you have a ship coming at you, you have to turn around instantly. Now, you won't take any damage from these if you move in a straight line away from them, but you will take a little bit if you try and turn some. Like you see, I try and turn a little bit, and I'm going to end up taking some damage later on this target. But I'm able to kill these first couple ships here without them even firing a shot. If they do end up firing a shot, it's not a huge deal because you have enough speed and splash damage reduction that you're going to not take a ton of damage. After you kill that first couple ships, you're going to be going through the left side of the target, killing the turrets. You need to go slowly here and wait as long as you can, but still keep moving so that the fog cutter missiles don't hit you. Because if you go through and blitz in really quickly, all the Testudo missile turrets are going to end up dealing a lot of damage to your fleet because they start to overwhelm your primary countermeasures on your flagship and get into your secondary countermeasures on your other 4 ships. So, after I kill those on the left, I keep moving, I trigger off the ships to the left. I'm going to move up toward the top of the target and kill the turrets on the right side of the core. I'm not going to shift click and focus the ships, I'm just going to kill whatever is closest to me. I will end up shooting at the ships eventually after I kill all those turrets. You'll see they haven't actually shot at me yet, which is great. One just hit me there because I slowed down a little, but you can see my health bar really didn't change it at all. Maybe there's a couple seconds of damage, but it shouldn't be that much at all. I am only focusing on the dagger-tooth ships right now. I'm going to turn around and head back in to kill that larger stonefish in a second. And when I do, I'm going to take one ship that's undamaged, that's the highest health, and split it off slightly in front of everything else. You can see I pulled ship 3 out in front of everything else, so the stonefish shoots at it. Then I'm going to make sure I get my port or starboard side desolation cannons for my War Pegasus focused on that on that stonefish so I can kill it more quickly. I only want to get one volley off at me. It deals penetrating damage, whereas all the other ships deal corrosive damage. I find the hardest part of this target is dealing with the ships and is not actually the missiles. Again, I'm just going to focus and kill the Testudo turrets. I want maximum 2 firing at me at one time. If you have some kind of crew on here that boosts building damage or missile damage, like Wrecking Crew or Wolfpack Crew, it will help deal a little bit more damage. Although my crew I have on here is Sea Serpents, which helps with turn speed and evade. I'm also going to kill these fog cutter missile turrets in here while I can, and then trigger off that right set. This is a symmetrical target, although there's a couple nuances with how exactly the 3D projection works, so it's not, you'll see later on, some things aren't purely symmetrical. I'm kiting these ships here, I'm moving away from them, and shooting at them before they can actually end up shooting at me. I am going through the fog cutter here, and you'll see that I'm turning right and going all the way around the island instead of doubling back on myself, because if I were to double back on myself, then I would take way more damage because I would actually go through the fog cutter aura. Again, stonefish, same thing, split one ship off ahead of the others, this time it was my flag, and then rotate the fleet so that your sideways cannons, your sideways corrosive shots on your War Pegasus can actually deal damage. Then I'm just focusing the Testudo missile turret again, and I'm going to go and kill the fog cutters too. It's important that all the outside turrets right here are dead at this step before you end up trying to move towards the core ships. Triggering the core ship, I'm going to get the first Viperfish by pulling up towards the left side there and spinning my ship around a little bit, spinning my fleet around a little bit, so I can actually get the ship triggered. Then I'm going to move away from it. Note that even if it is in range when it's in the fog bank, you can't technically see it, your ships can't see it, so they won't shoot at it. Then I'm going to move away from it and keep moving forward. The Viperfish that I'm shooting at here has higher health, higher evade, higher damage than everything else, but it does have a lower range, which makes it a little bit easier to deal with, and I can kite it more easily. Then I'm just going to come in and finish off these last turrets. These small ones are countermeasure missile turrets, which means it makes it harder. It makes it harder for ships without countermeasure evade on them. Flak evade. Your missiles have flak evade on your Pegasus, but not the Nemesis X specials. So that's how they limit and make the Nemesis S less effective, although you can still do some of these S targets with the Nemesis X. Anyway, I triggered that Viper Fish again and went in towards the right side, spun around, didn't have to spin quite as much as the others, and again, just kiting it. This is the trickiest part of the target right here, is killing these 4 ships, so make sure you're paying close attention. I'm going to move in and kill that Testudo missile turret and stop at very maximum range so I'm able to kill it without triggering anything else. Next up, I'm going to move forward and trigger those 4 ships. As soon as they start moving, I have to run backwards. I have to get away from them because you'll see one stonefish comes at me, the second one comes at me a bit slower. One daggertooth from the opposite side heads directly at me, while the other one goes outside of the map and then back in. The one that heads directly at me from the opposite side is going to get a couple shots off at me because I didn't kill it quite before I reached the fog, and you'll see when I reach the fog, it ends up turning around because it can't see me. It did get one shot off, but not a ton of damage. The next one is coming at me, the one outside the map and back in. I'm going to be playing a little game with it where I'm trying to only get shot at maybe 1 or 2 times before I can actually kill it. You'll see that I almost have it dead, not quite enough. I come back out, I didn't turn around soon enough, so I end up getting 1 more shot at, which doesn't hurt. You can make a couple mistakes with the corrosive ships on this target. Next, I'm again going to kill the 2 stonefish, so I'm going to bring my whole fleet in, spin over so that my port side, starboard side cannons can kill it, and then go back in. I believe if you drive your fleet stacked, most of the damage ends up going on your flag, how the targeting currently works in the game. And that's good. I have my flag built with a lot of penetrative survival, so I can use that as a tank if I need to. Then I'm just shooting at the Testudo missile turrets again, and I'm making sure that I'm not getting hit by the fog cutters that are coming in. You have to keep moving. You can move kind of slow, but you cannot get hit by these these larger fog cutter missiles because they will add about half an hour damage every single time on your fleet. I'm going slowly here, trying to be patient. You only want to engage maximum 2 Testudo missile turrets at one time or your countermeasures start to get overwhelmed. I've started to notice that. Again, I'm coming in, just shooting at those, targeting them. You can drive your fleet stacked. You'll notice I'm not really even turning. I sometimes turn to get my desolation weapon on there and kill things faster, but it's not super important because you shoot down most of the anti-missiles here. That's the advantage in the exact build I have here, using my multiform anti-missiles, my multiform missiles, instead of the Missile Defense System 3 on my flag. It allows me to shoot more times at one missile, so I have 3 chances to take it down. I also have a higher accuracy for my anti-missiles than I did with my old build, so this is going to be better. Anyway, let's see what the damage was on this target. I'll go in my base, repair everything, and then show you my build really quickly. Total payout is going to be 250k points for the damage that you see here. You'll see that it's some corrosive, some penetrative, but really not quite that bad. It's very little of each. Total repair 11 minutes. When I go to my dock, I can end up repairing every ship individually for instant repair. This means free. It means I'm able to do all these repairs for free. You can do the top tier target with a U0 unupgraded Pegasus fleet for free. What's important is your build and your driving. If you don't have the exact right build, don't worry, it won't matter that much. If you don't have the exact right driving, it can always improve, it can always be a little bit better, and you can always do a slightly better job. You'll notice that a couple ships take more damage than others because of how I use them as tanks and what particular things they took in the target. But overall, I'm very happy with this repair. It's what I would consider perfect. I'm just going to go over my build really quickly here and show you everything on it. I will have a more advanced video explaining things on here later on, but just subscribe to my channel so you can find that later. Also, if you're wherever you're watching this, YouTube, Facebook, or forums, comment on my post. Let me know what you think, or if you like something. If you don't like something, tell me that in the comment section on Facebook. Just put something in there. But I hope you liked this video. If you did, you can share it with your alliance if it was helpful so that they can be helped too. And as always, this is Derpy signing out, helping you be a better pirate.